Yeah. Picasso. Yo. Still deep on my when I hit them pockets. So dope, I could triple my profit. Still kicking unscripted logic. Bitch, let's just be honest. Ain't it ironic? I'm sipping on gin and tonic. No, I ain't no average Joe. They know that I got exotics. I don't miss my target. No, my shit so polished. I have sit downs with bosses. My drip don't have to force it. Fit Venom to Spider-Man. Damn, maximum carnage. My legacy won't be tarnished. I'm in a pop regardless. Yeah. Something tells me it all been a lie. I'ma keep stacking till the day that I die. Till I die. You feel like I feel hands to the sky. Hands going on these beats, I don't even have to try. I don't have to try. Been flipping bricks since the 5th grade. Back in the day with karate chopping. Danger, proceed with caution. These days I sleep less often. Don't matter when the beat is knocking. Pardon me, but we have problems. Constantly I'm saucing. I'm a real G from Boston. Go to work and we talking. Take another step and I'ma get to tossing. Swing, bada. I just red socked them. If you would die straight, start to swing, cause I'm a salt. Something tells me it's all been a lie. I'ma keep stacking till the day that I die. If you feel like I feel into the sky. And going on the beats, I don't even have to try. No, I don't even have to try. I have to try. Forever be floating and hitting in 3-wheel motion, up and down, roller coasting. Oh no, you gotta be joking. Constantly they prod and poking. It's God's wrath that I'm invoking. I feel like I was chosen. This shit is just an omen. Wanna play me? Ready, you smoking? You're gonna need unlimited tokens. I swear your hoes is bogus. These days I'm laser focused, but it's really feeling hopeless. I will never forget the moment. I hold them mostly golden. They're golden. Something tells me it's all been a lie. I'ma keep stacking till the day that I die. Till I die. If you feel like I feel into the sky. What am I hating on these days? I don't even have to try. I don't have to try. I don't even have to try. I don't have to try. Thank God I ain't got no kids. Do what I do to put food in the fridge. Please forgive me for my sins. I ain't trying to get locked for a bid. No, it is what it is. I'm pursuing my gift. No, I ain't gonna take no shit. We pumping out hit after hit. Double Pablo's is lit. Picasso, Picante, murder and shit.
What is good? What is good? I'm gonna play one more track. Let some people get in here because this is an important one.
Yo, Picasso, here we go. I came to fuck the game till it bust behind me. Split personalities like Shutter Island. Sleeping on the kid, we gonna shut your eyelids. You reporting, resorting to fucking violence. Y'all suckers whining, but the culture dying. Meanwhile, you're trying to subsidize it. Fuck a live show, y'all chumps is lying. I swear, the only time I'll ever open up is your bitch's pussy when I bust inside it. It's an animal kingdom, I'm a fucking lion. Y'all fucking lying, then trying to justify it. Flipping on you bitches like a fucking sidekick. For real, you need to stop talking. Non-stop bomb dropping like the hobgoblin. Everlasting bitch, I'm God-stopping. Shut up and listen while the boss talking. What I spit is straight dope. Fire with the battle rhymes, I incinerate folks. When I rap, your kids should take notes. My verses off the wall like innovate quotes. Greatest of all time, or just a scapegoat. Yo, Picasso, here we go. I came to fuck the game till it bust behind me. Split personalities like Shutter Island. Sleeping on the kid, we gonna shut your eyelids. You reporting, resorting to fucking violence. Y'all suckers whining, but the culture dying. Meanwhile, You're trying to subsidize it. Fuck a live show, y'all chumps is lying. I swear, the only time I'll ever open up is your bitch's pussy when I bust inside it. It's an animal kingdom, I'm a fucking lion. Y'all fucking lying, they're trying to justify it.
Salute, major salute. Yo, I don't think my notifications are going out for real. But anyway, the shit that I have to talk about today is different than what, like there's certain topics that I feel like I have to address right now. This Trump situation, I have there's definitely some things I want to speak on, but the second issue. Oh, you did get a note? Word, okay. Because Pablo doesn't get my note. He's an admin on my channel, has access to it the same way I do, and he still doesn't. It's so weird. But so, I watched the Trump 100 Days interview, right, with ABC. But the topic after this, the Gillick Competence, is insane, bro. It's something that I stumbled upon that I definitely been wanting to talk about, but this is nasty, and it seems to be getting better in our country, but we'll get into that. So I'm watching this interview, right? And the guy, of course people want to keep bringing up every gas has gone down significantly where I live. Food has gone down significantly where I live. But they keep wanting to bring up the tariffs. Oh, well, in the future, things are going to be more expensive. Well, you know what? That may be so, but Trump said no. But that may be so, but guess what? We're not going to be getting fucking ripped off trillions of dollars a year by China. So if we have to spend a little more, maybe over time, taxes will get lowered. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be pros and cons to everything. He has a huge mess to fucking clean up. A huge mess. Like he said in this interview, Trump said in this interview, Biden, we had a president that can't walk up a flight of stairs. He can't walk down a flight of stairs. And it's fucking true. We all saw the clip of him walking down the fucking walkway to the White House, and he walks, and where you're supposed to turn right, literally the walkway ends and it goes right. He walks right past it onto the lawn. Bro, that was, come on. That was early too. That was early. Right, Adept. Right. I have no problem paying more money to piss off China too. I'm with you on that. I agree. But it's just crazy to me because people had all these other issues with Trump, but now that Trump's getting shit done, it's like, oh well, the tariffs are gonna fuck us. And I've been hearing all right. So for instance, I'm at work the other day, and this guy I work with, he's an older guy. He's in his 70s, but he's a Kamala supporter, right? He hates Trump. So he was going on about these farmers who got deported, and I'll get back to the tariffs in a second, but it just made me think of that. So, he's like, this guy that owns this farm, he had 6 farmers working for him that were illegals and they were deported and blah, 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 and this and that. And he's like, it's so sad. I feel bad for the farmer. And I said, now he's said a lot of stuff like this in the past, but I don't engage. But this time I'm like, yeah, but when he hired those people, he knew the risk. And then knowing what Trump's plans were, he continued to take that risk. So you can't feel bad for this man. And then the next day, he tells me, oh, by the way, they weren't illegal. And I was like, oh, really? Where'd you hear that? My wife. Okay, well, where the fuck did your wife? I want the source of where that information came from. Because clearly they were illegal. Clearly they were. And criminals, right? So let's just stop. Let's just stop with that. Now, the 145% tariffs on China, look, like Trump said, $1 trillion a year. So if they're not able to make that money off of us anymore, that means that money is staying here. So like Adep said, if we have to pay a little bit more to keep China the fuck away, then so be it. And again, in turn, that could create lower taxes in the future, lower everything. We don't know how this is going to play out. So let's stop just putting false information out there. But the one thing that really, right at the beginning, the fucking idiot interviewer, he said, what do you have to say to the people that voted for you that said I didn't sign up for this? He said they did sign up for this. This is the stuff I campaigned on. Now, here's the thing. If you choose to vote for somebody without actually following what they plan on doing, and you're not actually following anything that's going on, you just have your side and that's it, and you go vote, then you shouldn't be voting. You shouldn't be voting. You need to know and understand what these people's plans are, or what they say their plans are for this country, before you just go vote. But I swear more than half the country goes and votes just based off of, oh, I grew up Democrat, I grew up Republican. This is not a fucking religion. Use your brain. Like, it's not, oh, I grew up Christian. No. That's I grew up Jewish. No, that's not what this is. Use your fucking brain and make a decision for yourself. Educate yourself, and then make an educated decision, or don't make a decision at all. That's the biggest problem with a lot of the American voters. They don't know what they're voting for, and then they get mad after. Stop. I'm tired of this shit. Right. People vote as a status symbol. Hence those dumb I voted stickers. Right. It needs to stop, bro. This country is so uneducated, and they just continue to let these Democrats and the media manipulate them and brainwash them. Like, how? I don't understand it, because it's clear as day to me. I don't understand how people are falling for this shit. Another thing with this interview was, the guy kept asking Trump questions, and then Trump would start to give his answer, and if it wasn't the answer that the guy was looking for, he was trying to like cut him off, and like he kept putting his hand up and like going to talk and like move on to the next question, and Trump was just not letting that happen. Obviously, like, ABC fucked up putting someone new in there, but I don't know how new this guy really is, but Trump said he was. But it's just crazy to me, bro. Like, let him answer the fucking question. Let him answer the question. You don't like his answer? Too bad. ABC told you not to let him say certain things. Too bad. Then don't go interview the president. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. And Trump made it very clear that he said ABC is one of the worst. And they are. When I voted for Rio for Performance Tonight, I didn't do my research. Pablo, do your research. Oh shit, that was fucking hilarious. There was a lot of stuff that made me laugh in this shit. For one, he said, "Do you trust Vladimir Putin?" And Trump goes, "I don't trust you. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust you because he said, I don't trust you. Look at you, so happy to do the interview, asking me fake questions." Like, bro, this shit was hilarious. Go watch it if you have not seen it. I just don't want to play any clips because I don't want this video to be taken down, because like I said, the next subject that I'm going to be speaking on is a way more serious thing. It has to do with children and transitioning and things like that, and it's sick, man. And let's talk about this. So you got the guy who was deported back to, I think it was Venezuela. No, it wasn't Venezuela. El Salvador, right? And I guess Trump was told not to, and he still did. That fucking guy said you could pick up the phone right now and make a call and get him back here. And Trump's like, yeah, I could. if he was the nice guy that you say he is, but you know, he beat his wife, all this stuff. He has MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles. The guy said that was photoshopped, right to Trump. That was photoshopped. Now listen, was it photoshopped? Maybe. But they've already confirmed that he has other gang tattoos on his fucking body. So, and either way, he's a violent criminal. El Salvador don't want him back. Why? Why don't you want him back? So we're supposed to just take him back? Fuck off. No, stay there. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if the picture was photoshopped. Look what the Democrats are doing to manipulate and brainwash people. Trump's not doing any of that. So fuck it. If they photoshopped MS-13 on that dude's knuckles, fuck it. Who cares? Really. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. All right, now I encourage everybody to go watch that. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Hulu. I watched it on both, so I recommend you watch it on YouTube because they definitely edited like a few things on the Hulu one. Nothing major, but like there was one part when Trump said, you know, they emptied out their prisons and their mental institutions. But on Hulu, it doesn't have that part about the mental institutions and then the part following it. So they definitely did some edits. So I recommend watching it on YouTube, even though I'm sure there's edits there as well. Now, all right. So before I get into this next thing real quick, I just want to say this about, I'm all over the place today, but I don't have a lot of time, so I'm trying to like fit everything in. Shout out to Jason Tatum, man. That's how it Jason Tatum. Listen, I didn't like Jason Tatum for a long time. I always felt like Brown was a better player. He more tenacity. Like Tatum was not, when he would go to the hole, he wasn't trying to finish. He was just trying to get the foul, you know. And a lot of times he'd just fling the ball in the air trying to get a foul, and then when the call didn't get made, he'd stand back there arguing with the refs. Get back on defense. Like, I hate that shit. At least when Paul Pierce would flop, he would try to get the basket too. You know what I'm saying? So that like for a long time, Tatum really pissed me off with that. And even into last season, he was still kind of that play. But this season, this guy is doing everything. Everything. Not everything for like he's not the only player on the team doing everything, but he's doing everything. Salute 702. But yeah, man, so shout out to Jason Tatum for really changing up his game and just being a better all-around player. He's getting back on defense and then talking to the refs when there's a dead ball instead, shit like that. You know, actually finishing when he goes to the hole, and if he gets fouled, he gets, like, that's the type of shit I wanted to see from him. Yeah, man, crime went way down in South American countries because all their criminals came, right, like 21, Trump said 21 million people entered the country last year. Or, I mean, when Biden was president. Now, I don't know how accurate that number is, but when you open a border, you're going to get millions and millions of people coming over here, especially criminals who aren't wanted in their own country, right? So it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But I definitely recommend everybody go watch. Hey, bro, Trump destroys this guy. This guy really tries to, like, he really tries to run the interview, and it just doesn't work. It's never going to work. Not with Trump. All right. Now, this next topic. So, all right. So, a couple of years back, there was this father in Canada, and his 15-year-old daughter had been telling, the counselors at school and her teachers at school that, she was depressed, anxiety, things like that. Well, those things are normal for a 15-year-old girl or boy. You're going through a lot of changes. You're brand new to high school. Like, that's a that's a tough time for any kid, right? But they convince her that she's in the wrong body. So they, because in Canada, especially under Justin Trudeau, thank God they got him out of there. But they brought her to get the transition done. And when the father tried to, like, he was clearly upset and tried to do something about it, they fucking took the daughter from him. Like, I think there's a mother too, but I don't think she was as, like, heavily involved in, like, this the speaking out aspect of it. And so they ended up taking the guy's daughter. Now, I was like, let me something about the Trump interview made me think about that. And I was like, let me go back and see what happened with that, right? So then I start finding all types of other shit. So there's this thing called Gillick Competence. Now, the crazy part, hold on. The crazy part is how this thing originated is the opposite of what they're using it for. Okay. So let me pull this up. So in 1986, right? And this is in England. So this is stuff where we're taking from England, and Canada's taken from England, because there are still states in this country that allow schools and hospitals to do these transitions without the parents' permission. There's very few states left in this country, but there are still some. In Canada, it's a huge issue in Quebec. Now, they're calling it Gillick Competence, and what that means is they decide based on, hold on, let me pull this shit up because I have the other thing pulled up, but I don't want to misquote this at all. So Gillick Competence refers to a child under the age of 16. It says in England and Wales, but now it's over here and it's in Canada, who is deemed legally capable of consenting to their own medical treatment without needing parental permission or knowledge. And the age is actually 15 here and in Canada, not 16. Listen to this shit. This is insane. So Gillick Competence refers to a child under the age of 16. Yeah, under the age of 16, who is deemed legally capable of consenting to their own medical treatment without needing parental permission or knowledge. Don't even have to tell the parents. A child must demonstrate sufficient maturity and intelligence to understand the nature and implications of the treatment, including the risks and alternative options. Okay, now let's break that down. Because now when I was 16, Tenno, salute, brother. When I was 16, I was already a full-grown adult because I had already been through so much. I had already, like, been living on my own for a while. Like I was not your average 16-year-old. But it doesn't fucking matter. Your brain's not fully developed till, like, what, 25? So how in the world can you make such a life-changing decision? And now think about this. So the doctor talks to them and asks them some questions and then determines whether or not they're competent enough to make that decision on their own without their parents. Under 16 years old. You're catching a fucking bullet if you do that to my kid. I'm walking in that hospital and shooting the bitch up. I'm not. I'm just kidding you two. I'm just saying. Bro, it's insane. Like, not even an IQ test, not even, but it doesn't matter because when you're 15, 14, even 16, your brain is not fully developed, so there is no possible way you can make an educated decision on something like that and really weigh the risk and what's going to happen in the future and how it's going to affect you physically and mentally in the future. because I would say the majority of people, and I've heard a lot of people say this, who transitioned at a young age and are now adults, they wish they never had. They wish they never had. Like, bro, when I would talk to a counselor or something in school, when I was in school, and they would be like, "Oh, are you depressed?" or like whatever, I always said no, whatever, because I didn't fucking really know if I was depressed or not. You know, I was just an angry kid. But they would tell you that's normal, for how you're feeling is normal for someone your age. This is normal. That's what they would tell you, not, oh, you're in the wrong body. Like, immediately too. This is where they go. So now let me tell you how this originated, because this is insane. This is absolutely insane. So real quick, let's break down a little more of this. Oh my God, I didn't even see this part earlier. There is no minimum age for assessing Gillick competence. So they could take a fucking 5-year-old and be like, "Yep, they're competent enough to make that decision." There is no limit. There's no limit. There's no. I'm sorry. I can't even make a joke right now. There's no limit on the fucking minimum age for a competency test. I'm sorry, but you are in no way competent at that young of an age. Impact on parents, and look, I dove deep earlier into this shit, but now I'm just reading the basic when you Google it, because it really lays it all out. You don't have to really dive deep, but I dove deep into a lot of like different stories of parents going through this stuff, and it's happening. I think it's happening in Canada more than anywhere else. But again, there are states in America where this is happening. Hopefully it stops. Facts in the lobby word. That way they can just say they seemed competent every time. Yep. Trans are the big money makers. It's predatory. It is predatory. It's absolutely predatory. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. In the wrong body, that is evil. That's evil. That's evil. Like, bro, like think about it. Like, someone who's 13, 14, they're going through puberty. They're going through changes in their, you know what I mean? They're like, just a lot happening, trying to deal with like starting high school, being a freshman. There's a lot, bro. It's stressful, right? I guess it wasn't really for me, because I went into high school in 8th grade, and that wasn't stressful either. But like, for most people, I would imagine it's a stressful situation. I just can't understand this. I just can't understand this. Like, again, when I was in school, they would tell you that's normal. How you're feeling is normal. Just like someone going into college. Oh, you feel anxious? And yeah, you should. You should. There's a reason those feelings exist, right? There's a reason these certain feelings and emotions exist, and it's not because you need to fucking change who you are, like, physically. Like, you don't think Tom Brady got anxiety before stepping out on that field, but he turned it into Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? It's how you take that emotion and that energy and how you turn it. That's what it is. It's not about making these insane life-changing decisions because you're 13 and you might be a little depressed or a little anxious. No, that's not how it fucking works. So, impact on parents. Once a child is deemed Gillick competent, their consent overrides parental permission, and parents cannot prevent the child from receiving the treatment. However, a Gillick competent child can still seek parental consent. Oh, really? You're allowed? Oh, really? If the child wants to ask their parents, you're allowing them to? Thanks. Appreciate that. But I guarantee you they tell them, don't let them talk you out of it. Guaranteed. They want this. They want this. Ugh. And parents may be involved in the decision-making process if they desire. Well, the whole point when these kids go, they're only saying that to cover their own ass, because if the kid comes out after like, well, they kind of forced me to, I didn't really want to do it, like that, there's going to be problems. But so I don't know. I think it's a whole brainwash manipulation thing, and it's at an age where like kids are feeling rebellious towards authority and their parents and things like that. So it's easy to get kids to that age to make decisions that go against their parents easily, especially misguided ones, and a lot of, right, how thoughtful, right. And a lot of the misguided ones, it's not even that they have bad parents. It's just that maybe they just had a lot of trauma in their life. You know what I mean? So, because my father was great, but I was the angriest kid in the world. Who the fuck knows why? And not because I was in the wrong body. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, man. I swear to God, man. Even at 14 years old, even at 13 years old, 12 years old, if I was in school and the guidance counselor is telling me that, like, oh, it's because you should be a woman, I'd be like, are you out of your fucking mind? What are you saying to me right now? I don't know. Now again, this started in England. Now, all right, now now real quick, let me switch over to the origin of this Gillick competence, right? Because this is where it gets fucked up. Now, you see how this Gillick competence clearly favors the idea of not needing parental, permission to do any of these things, right? So that's clearly what they're aiming for. Now, where this came from, this woman, right? So the right of a child under 16 to consent to medical examination and treatment, including immunization, it was decided by the House of Lords in Gillick v. West Norfolk, right? And this is in England and Wales. Wales was involved too, where a mother of girls under 16 objected to the Department of, and this is in 1986, a mother of girls under 16 objected to Department of Health advice that allowed doctors to give contraceptive advice. Okay, so she was against her children making medical decisions without her present or without her permission, like. And then they completely switch up like what the fuck it is. I don't think this lady would be happy with that. I wouldn't be. There's hold on, there's more to it. And hold up, I gotta look up when did like birth control really become a thing? Because I gotta think in 1986, especially in England, it might have been a fairly new thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going to look it up. But it might have been a fairly new thing. So, of course, the parents are going to be like, what? No. Yeah, okay. So, a mother of girls under 16 objected to Department of Health advice that allowed doctors to give contraceptive advice and treatment to children without parental consent. Their lordships held that a child under 16 had the legal competence to consent to medical examination and treatment if they had sufficient maturity and intelligence to understand the nature and implications of that treatment. But this lady was against this, so I don't know why they call it the Gillick competence when you're using it against what she was for. Makes no fucking sense. Yeah, oh, right, okay, perfect. In 2006, there was an issue over the use of the term Gillick Competence. It suggests that Mrs. Gillick wishes to disassociate her name from the assessment of child's capacity, thus carrying the implication that the objective test of a child's competency should be renamed the Fraser Competence, because I think that was the other side of it. Alteration of an established legal test would be unusual and cause confusion following correspondence, whatever. But oh my God, it says she has never suggested to anyone publicly or privately that she disliked being associated with the term. I'm sure she does, though. When she's against it and you're using it for something that she doesn't want it to be used for, of course she's gonna be against. Like, what? Remove that woman's name. This is just something that I came across that absolutely disgusted me. And like I said, I looked into, and it's still a huge problem in Quebec, right? I can't find what states in the U.S. are still doing it, but well, let's see, which U.S. Wow. States that have adopted the mature minor doctrine either through statute or court decisions include Arkansas, Alaska, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Illinois, Maine, and Massachusetts. Wow. That's more than a few. That's 8 fucking states. Wow. And Massachusetts is one of them. Damn. Oh, California, Minnesota, Washington, they all have something similar. So in California, minors 15 or older living separately and managing their own finances can consent to medical care. Well, that makes sense. If they're living on their own and have their own finances, that makes sense. It really doesn't. It really doesn't to me because of the age. But if they're already living on their own, of course they're going to go make their own medical decisions. There's no one else to make it for them. So that's a stupid fucking thing. Minnesota allows any age minor to receive medical care without parental consent if the treatment is deemed medically necessary and there's a risk to the minor's life or health. That's understandable. I mean, I still think you need to fucking let the parents know. In Washington, minors 13 and older can be evaluated and detained involuntarily for mental health issues. At 13? I mean, I understand the evaluation, but the detainment? This is insane. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about anyway. But all of this is tied together. All of this, they need to stop using children to get what they want. Because that's, honestly, that's how it's always been. That's how it's always been. Even something as small as a parent using their kid to get out of something. Oh, my kid's sick. I can't do that. Like, kids have been used since the beginning of time on a massive scale. And one end, it's something little like, oh yeah, my kid's sick. I can't make it to the party or whatever. To we know what the end of the scale is, and I don't think I need to say it. Nevada just paused a bill that stated kids need parents' permission to get an abortion. What? Yeah, a few equals 8. Yep. I know. I thought I was, because the thing I read earlier, it said a few, and I was thinking I was gonna see like 3, maybe 4 states. It's fucking 8. Oh man, yeah. But what's up with that, yo? Like, man, like an abortion? Nah, you need the parents' permission. You need. Man, I don't know. I don't know where they're going with that one. You need the parents' permission. You need the parents' permission for anything. And look, don't Don't get me wrong. Are all parents smart and make the best choices? Abso-fucking-lutely not. We know that. There's a lot of terrible parents out there. But it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. At least their brains are more developed than their child, right? Like, I just, you'll never be able, I don't care, because you'll never be able to tell me that somebody of that age should be able to make a life-changing decision as big as that. You can't convince me that that's okay. It's never gonna happen. Yeah, it's insane, man. Like, I really don't understand. I mean, clearly I do understand, because using children is, especially in this manner, is a huge moneymaker, right? And again, I could, I could pull up a bunch of video. I'm not even gonna, but you could look them up. I could pull up a bunch of videos of adults who transitioned when they were younger, who are like, don't do it. If you're a young kid thinking of doing it, don't do it. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. So I don't, and I really don't understand. Now, in America, you could quote, trials and things like that, that changed laws. But why are we adopting shit from England that has to do with the transitioning of children? Like, who the fuck decided that? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Let me see. I want to, because, dude, these stories are insane. There's a lot. My bad, y'all. I'm just looking something up. There's a lot of this shit, especially in Canada. And all right, and here's the other thing I want to say too, real quick. If I'm a school, right, and I'm hiring a teacher, right, and I'm not judging a book by its cover. I mean, I guess in this situation I am. But if you walk into my shit with gauged earrings and fucking blue hair, looking all fucking LGBTQ, I'm not hiring you. I'm not. I'm not hiring you because you have an agenda. Like, there's fucking math teachers talking to students about gender. Like, you're not a health teacher. You have zero expertise in this fucking area. Like, teach math. Yeah, I was trying to look up that one story about that guy who they took his daughter away, but then I found a million other ones. Bro, there's even on the Canada.ca website, and if you don't know, the .ca is the same thing as a .com in America. It's just Canada internet, right? How they literally have a section for kids to go understand what this is. Where's the fucking... Hold up, let me get this. I cannot find this. Oh, that's why. And then okay, and then there was this other guy. Then there was this other guy in Missouri, right? Okay, so when his child was 4 years old, 4 years old, they basically brainwashed this kid into thinking that he's supposed to be a girl. So from ages 4 to 15, the father supported this and learned everything about it and got the kid ready for the transition. And then when they did the transition, there were naturally people protesting. And they called it disgusting and disturbing that people were protesting against child transitioning. Like, because to me, I don't care if you're a parent and says, yeah, that's okay, go do that to my child, you're fucked. You're fucked. This should not be happening to any fucking child. So when that child deletes themselves in 20 years, it's your fucking fault. It's your fault. So, let's see. Yeah, apparently in Halifax, there was a lot of like parents pulling their kids out of schools for. Nah, this isn't the shit I'm looking for. Anyway, man. Anyway. Damn. Okay. The end of Parental Rights, a chilling case from Canada. This is fucked. I can't read all this, but let's see. The overloaded media in the modern age has made it difficult to distinguish between the significant and the merely sensational. Sometimes, especially in this morally confused age, a story turns out to be both significant and sensational. That happened in Canada this past week. A story that bears enormous moral consequences and is utterly scandalous in its content. Jeremiah Keenan, reporter for the Federalist, documented a decision last Wednesday in the Supreme Court of British Columbia. The court ordered that a 14-year-old girl receive testosterone injections without parental consent. The court also declared that if either of her parents referred to her using female pronouns or addressed her by her birth name, the parents could be charged with family violence. And that is exactly what the fuck happened. Because he continued to call his daughter a she. Evidently, the girl's school counselor encouraged her to identify as a boy as early as the 7th grade. When Maxine, the name used in the Federalist article, turned 13, her doctor and his colleagues at the British Columbia's Children's Hospital decided that she should begin taking testosterone injections in order to develop a more masculine appearance. This is 13 years old. This is 13 years old. Keenan reported that while the mother accepted the idea of hormone injections, the girl's father was concerned about the permanent ramifications of cross-sex hormones, further suspecting that his daughter's mental health issues might be more of the case than the effect of her gender dysphoria. What? Oh, somebody with some fucking common sense. Yeah, maybe she's just going through some shit mentally. All right, maybe she's fine as far as her fucking body goes. You're 100% right, Dad. You're 100% right. My bad. I have to be on a different page. I regret the tattoo I got when I was 13, and now I have it covered up. Mine's definitely not ready to make that. Right? Yeah. No kid should be ready to make that kind of decision. It is so encouraged in the school system. They even call kids by by their made up other names and not their legal names. This is fact. That is a fact. Kids are even getting in trouble when calling them other. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's insane. Listen, I'm gonna call you whatever the fuck I want to call you. Okay. If your name is fucking Bobby and I want to call you Dickface, that's what I'm calling you. That's not a goddamn thing to do. Puberty blockers they give to kids for transitioning are the same drug they give to prisoners to castrate them. Exactly fucking right, B702. Exactly right. Not a decision a teen can carefully comprehend. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. That is an absolute fact. That's British Columbia for you. Vancouver is gay. Yeah, that's right. Haji's from out there. Oh, man. But it's even worse in Quebec, though. It's even worse in Quebec. So let's see. Where was I at? Yeah, okay. So further, suspecting that his daughter's mental health issues might be more of the cause than the effect of her gender dysphoria. He ultimately decided that it would be better for her to wait until she was older before she embarked on any irreversible course of treatment. Does that not just sound like reason and logic to you? It's like, no, I just think that, maybe we should wait a little while till she's a little bit older. I mean, he's not saying, no, fuck that, my daughter. No, he's none of that. None of that. He's just like, can we just wait till she's a little bit older? Like, what the fuck? She's 13. This is insane. Schools are a huge part of the problem. Unfortunately, they walk on eggshells around these kids who demand to be addressed a certain way, regardless of the parents even knowing. Right. And then they just expect you to just know. Like, bitch, I'm not memorizing all your It took me long enough to remember you motherfuckers' names. Now you're changing it on me, and I gotta call you this. No. I'm calling you the first name I learned. If that was Joe and now it's Josephine, you're Joe. You're fucking Joe forever. In my eyes. Let kids be kids until it's time to be an actual kid. Yep. And oh man, let's not even get into fucking pumping these kids with prescription drugs. Let's not even go there. I can't even get into that right now. That's a whole nother stream. Oh, your child is a little hyperactive. Yeah, they have ADD. No, they fucking don't. No, they don't. They're kids. They're kids. They have energy, unlike you lazy adult fucks who sit around and get fat and don't fucking do anything. These are children. They're supposed to be full of energy. Sorry. That shit all I swear to God, when I was like, I don't know, probably from the ages of like even as early as like 11 to like 16, 15, the doctors tried to put, at one point, I think I was like 13, they did, I wasn't taking them, but they had me prescribed to 7 different medications, including lithium, Zoloft, fucking, I don't even know what the fuck else there was, Ritalin, of course. I'm like, I'm not taking this shit. I'm not taking 7 pills a day. Multiple times a day. I'm not taking this shit. Or they get mood swings. Yeah, take these. No. They're allowed to take this cocktail. Right, bro, right. Like, it's... And some kids, I feel like, do need a little more... Maybe there is a little something more than just being a kid, but I don't think they need prescription drugs. Maybe they just need to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, me at that age, I wasn't willing to talk, and that's why they just loaded me with medication. But a kid who's willing to talk, like, you could easily fix that with a few conversations. Help them build their confidence and their self-esteem instead of loading them up with pills that's going to turn them into fucking zombies. Right as I say that, I look down and see this. Yep. It zombifies kids. That's exactly and that's what they tried to do to me. They wanted me to be a zombie because I was too out of control. Well, guess what? Not gonna fucking happen. I can't discredit all medication, but I'm taking about where it's necessary versus where they just slap it on any issue. Right. No, I agree. I agree. Some kids and adults, you know, maybe they do need Medicaid. I agree. But to the extent that they do, like every fucking, oh, my child is hyperactive. Yeah, they have ADHD. Here's some fucking Adderall. Here's some Ritalin. Oh, my kid, you know, isn't a freshman in high school and they're nervous. Oh, here, give them some fucking Xanax. Like, no, stop. Give them some lithium. Like, lithium, bro. Oh, absolutely, bro. I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%. Bro, that's how I grew up, man. You know, my dad didn't like beat my ass, but he fucking whooped my ass. he really did. You know, he busted out the belt, the fucking big wooden spoon. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about? I definitely deserved every bit of fucking beating I got. Right, Major spitting all facts. Nowadays, this is punishment. You know what, Billy? No tablet when we get home. Right. No tablet when we get home. No computer. Like, bro, listen. When I got punished, I got whooped, sent to my room, everything taken. And like, you know what I'll hear parents say is like, well, I could send them into their room, but everything that they like is in there. So take it the fuck out so that they don't like it in their room. I don't know. I don't know. But what do I know? What the fuck do I know, right? I'm just a regular guy. Listen, I just have strong opinions on certain things, and anything that has to do with kids is really, that shit gets to me more than anything. Right. What do we know? Facts. Major's on fire today. We were prescribed the same meds as kids. Oh, I see what you say. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man, it's a wild thing to me. Now, when I wasn't taking my medication, right? Because I never took my medication, but I knew my dad was gonna come in and count, you know, my pills, make sure I'm taking them. He used to, you know, try to watch me take them, and obviously I'd, you know, put it under my tongue or whatever the fuck and spit it out after. But like, I don't know. I just don't see how any. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different because I looked at that and I'm like, damn, like 7 pill bottles. This looks like my grandfather's end table next to his fucking recliner. Like that's like, what the fuck? I'm fucking 13. Why I got 7 pill bottles here? Why? I gotta take them each 3 times a day too? Like, now I gotta remember to. No, none of that. And thank fuck, because I would probably be a fucking manipulated, zombified fool right now if I had been taking those all. You know, because like, who the fuck knows? They tried to say all types of shit about me. They tried to say he's depressed, he has bipolar, he's ADHD. Like, they tried to say all this shit. Bro, I was just an angry kid who had a fucked up childhood and was lashing out. That's it. Simple as that. You know what the real solution to that is? Expel me from school, which they did multiple times. They let me back and then they would expel me again. Happened 3 times. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm bugging, I guess. I guess I'm the one that's crazy. So let me get back to the story because this shit's insane. I don't have much time left either, but so he ultimately decided that it would be better for her to wait until she was older before she embarked on any irreversible course of treatment. Despite the father's concerns and rights as a parent, the doctor informed the parents that hormone treatments would commence simply based on the expressed consent of the child and the agreements of doctors. Sorry, Dad, you don't get a fucking say. They told him, eat a dick. You don't get to decide what happens to your fucking 13-year-old daughter. Bro, I would have started. I'm telling you. I would have went through that fucking hospital like a fucking animal, tearing everything apart. Ugh. The lead doctor claimed that he had the right to assert parental control due to prevailing law in British Columbia known as the Infants Act. When the father sought an injunction from the court in British Columbia, a judge deemed that the daughter was empowered with consent to medical treatment for gender dysphoria. The father responded to the court's decision stating, "The government has taken over my parental rights. They're using my daughter like she's a guinea pig in an experiment." The father good for you. The father continued in his outrage, asking, "Is the British Columbia Children's Hospital going to be there in 5 years when she rejects her male identity?" Good fucking question, Dad. Good fucking question. Is the British Columbia Children's Hospital going to be there in 5 years when she rejects her male identity? No, they're not. They don't care. They want numbers. Keenan aptly reported that the majority of children diagnosed by sex change clinics with gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder have actually returned to identify with their gender assigned at birth. But now everything's all fucked up, so does it matter? No. Everything's already all fucked up. Bro. The sexual revolutionaries are scandalously dishonest about the consequences or implications of their worldview. Indeed, the father reflected on transgender clinics in England that, due to enormous activist pressure, fast-track children into transition treatments. Damn. Due to pressure? Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Due to activist pressure, they're fast-tracking children into transition treatments? Oh, well, we don't want all this press. We don't want these people fucking... What? We don't want these protesters. This is too much pressure. Bro, this is insane. This is insane. The father commented, "These activists are taking over, and it's not in the interests of our kids." It's right, exactly right. It's in the interests of the J2s of the world who want to protect trans. Fuck out of here. It's in the interest of self-promotion and the things that they want to do and accomplish. Indeed, the sexual revolution aims to normalize its entire... This is facts. I'm getting mad. The sexual revolution aims to normalize its entire transgender ideology. The LGBTQ revolutionaries have... Let's not call them revolutionaries, please. The LGBTQ group have chipped away at the moral foundation of society by opening the door to adult gender dysphoria. It would only be a matter of time before they extended their logic to young children who should have access to hormonal treatments and gender reversal medical procedures. Yep, it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. No matter how hard they try, however, the sexual revolutionaries have no way to normalize what they propose for children. There is no way to look at this story without serious moral concern and outrage. An outrage not only directed at the indoctrination of young minds, but the disavowal of parental rights. I don't think I need to read anymore, but oh my God, this dad is cooking. I'm going to continue reading. This story out of Canada reveals the deeply subversive developments of the sexual revolutionaries and their agenda. They now target the rights of parents. They disrupt the life of the home and subvert families' bonds, familial bonds. The court's decision... I'm reading way too fast. The court's decision in British Columbia opened the door to the nullification of all parental rights. The child, no matter the age, is increasingly considered to be... Bro. All right, I'm skipping the rest of this. This is not a twisted fantasy novel. It is a real case with real people, with a real judge, with massively real consequences. So, yeah, there's way too much to keep reading. But I will tell you, the father was charged with, what was it again? Something violence for calling his daughter her. My bad, I wasn't reading the comments. To me, this is when the business of medicine meets the business of education. Major's cooking. Major is cooking. Yeah. Yep. Bro, this is insane. It's absolutely insane. It like this I should have did this as a pre-recorded, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I had to do it. Revolutionaries is crazy, right? Revolutionaries is crazy, yo. That like, come on, man. So they're in the same category as the fucking patriots who signed the Declaration of Independence, because they were revolutionaries. Come on, man. What the fuck? Ugh. Let's see. But anyway, family violence. So the father ended up being charged with family violence for calling his daughter she. That was the end result of this fucking story. So he basically, was like, well, if you're gonna like, he tried to fight it, obviously, and then when that didn't work, he's like, well, I'm still gonna call her my daughter, and they fucking charged him. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I'm beside myself with this whole thing, and it's nothing new. That's the crazy thing. It's nothing new. I've been hearing about this, for a while, probably since like 2021, 2022, and because in Canada it was like a big thing already, and there's just now I found some other stuff going. It's wild. It's wild. But good for that dad for standing his ground and not giving in to these fucking people, man. Because all they want is your money and your children. That's all they want. That's all they want. They want to transition your kids and then take your kids away from you when you don't like it, and then they get sex trafficked. That's what the type of shit that happens. Trans sex trafficking. This is some Twilight Zone shit. Must feel so frustrating for that father. Right. I don't understand it. It's just like it definitely reminds me of that other father who got his daughter taken from him because she went and had the transition without his knowledge, and he made a big deal of it. And they were like, "Oh, really? You don't like it? Well, your daughter belongs to us now." What, bro? Heads are rolling at that. I can't, man. I can't. I'm so glad. Like, if I say, like, I had a baby right now, I would be fucking scared to death of what that fucking child is going to have to deal with going forward. It would never see a public school. I'll tell you that right fucking now. It would never see a public school. That motherfucker would be homeschooled. I can't imagine what this world is going to look like in 20 years. I can't. I mean, hopefully it gets better, but with Trump, we only got 4 years. So after he's done, it's going to be another string of fucking dipshits making stupid ass decisions and letting the wrong people be in charge of the wrong fucking things. Let me ask you something. Should a fucking LGBTQ member with an agenda be able to teach your fucking children? The answer is no. This is not even an opinion question. This is just a straight up fucking no. No. The answer is no. I'm sorry. If you don't like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But there's an agenda to be pushed. Is that all of them? No. There's regular gay people out here just minding their own business, doing their own thing. They're not trying to fuck with children. They're not trying to push any agenda. They're just doing their fucking dizzle, right? Whatever. Let go. As long as you just stay over there, just go. Right? But these other motherfuckers, they have an agenda. They're part of a group. They're part of, I don't know. I've seen a lot of like gay people come out like that were gay in the 90s when it was actually like difficult to come out as gay and be gay. It was a lot harder then. Speak on this type of stuff and speak on the agendas that they're pushing, because then it makes that, especially like that, then it makes them feel like they're part of the agenda, whether they want to be or not. Ugh. Sickening. It's absolutely disgusting. On a good note, Retribution this fucking Saturday, we're gonna see Disaster body on Casa. Body. We're gonna see Pablo body reek. I mean, not reek. Fucking Rio. It's gonna be a good event. I just caught my ticket. I might do a pay-per-view giveaway tomorrow. We'll see. I might have to, but I'm sure most people have already copped their tickets. If you have not, definitely go do that. Everybody that's battling on the card definitely has links posted on their community tabs and stuff like that. You can go to Yo-Yo's page and definitely get the link. I don't have it right here with me. So it's time the real revolutionaries step up and help change it. Otherwise, we are just going to keep going backwards. Exactly. But the problem is that everybody's afraid of these groups. Everyone's a BLM, LGBTQ. Everyone's afraid of these groups. They're fucking made up groups. They're all puppets. They're placed there for a reason. It's an agenda to be pushed. Like, that's all it is. It's politics. That's all it is. Like, I feel like this is just me. I feel like half the people that are pushing this agenda don't even agree with it, or don't even have a stance on it. But they're for whatever reason, whether it's money or whatever, they're part of it. They're part of it. And we all know, and I know that it's not how it started, but we all know the LGBTQ is tied right in with the BLM movement. We know that. That's no secret. Oh, shit. B702 always has the best comments, yo. Or the funniest comments. Oh, man. Major's been cooking this whole shit. But B702 always comes in with these little fucking one-liners. Yo, when he said, B702, when I was going in on A-Fan, he's like, A fart versus A fall. That was good. I like that. Oh, A-Fan. If you only knew. If you only knew. If you only knew. Yeah, man. I think a fart is worse than a fall, to be honest. I would rather, me personally, I'd rather fall on camera than fart on camera. Actually, I would do both. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I might fart in my A-Fan battle. Who knows? We'll see. Like, seriously. Imagine being scared of fruit baskets. Shameful. Yeah, man. I don't know. This is not the world I grew up in. I mean, I'm about to be 41 years old, man. Like, I've seen a lot of change. It's crazy. This is not the world I grew up in. Like, when was the last time you seen? Not maybe this is just me because I'm old, but like, when was the last time you seen a kid climb a fucking tree? Right? Like, something as simple as that. When I was a kid, man, I loved climbing trees. I loved climbing trees. It was so much fun. I loved climbing trees so much that I would get to it like, and I would never look down, so I would just keep climbing, and and then I'd get to a point where I would look down. And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm way too high up here. Funny story actually, and this didn't deter me. I still climbed trees after this. We had this huge tree in our backyard, right? Huge fucking tree, and I climbed it, and because my brothers used to climb, but I could never reach that like one branch to like start the climb, and then I finally was like big enough to do it, so I climbed this fucking tree, and I just kept going and going and going because I was having so much fun, and then I looked down and I'm like, oh shit, I'm way too high, and my brothers were getting nervous because they knew they were gonna get in trouble if they didn't get me the fuck down, right? So they're telling me, climb down, climb down. My legs are shaking so bad. I'm like, I'm not fucking climbing down. So eventually it gets dark. It's starting to get dark. My dad comes out. He's like, you know, calling us in for dinner or whatever the fuck. And they're like, dude, just come down. And I'm like, I'm not fucking. So I start calling for my dad, and he comes over. I think I was like 9, 8, something. I was young. And he comes over and he's like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know how I got up here. They made me do it. No, I didn't say that. But so I I literally jumped out of the tree. Now, I don't know how high I was up there, but it felt like I was 100 feet in the air. I was probably about 20 feet in the air, which is still fucking high. And my dad was just like, just jump. So I did. And he caught me, which was pretty rad. Yeah, they're climbing trees in Minecraft now. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Wait, what? You need a permit to climb a tree in public? I'm gonna go climb a tree right damn now without a permit. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, and also another thing, like I noticed too, like when I drive by a park and I see kids playing basketball, it's not like that shit makes me happy because I'll tell you what, I drive by a lot of parks on beautiful days like today. It's like 70 degrees out, it's beautiful, nice breeze. There's no kids at the fucking park. They're fucking inside playing video games. This is a different world, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, did I like video games when I was at? Of course, I loved video games, but I loved being outside more. I loved being because outside, bro. You know what? There's endless possibilities outside. Endless possibilities. You know how much dope shit I found, like just be or like bro. At 11 years old, I came face to face with a coyote because I was just out wandering this pit area, and now I'm like face to face with this fucking coyote. Luckily, there were these big like sand dunes, and I ran up it. I ran up one. I had to run a little ways to get to it, the closest one, but I ran up it and got to the top, and he's trying to climb up, but the sand keeps like pushing him back down because it was all sand and it just kept pushing him back down. Thank fuck. And he had me up there for like 4 hours before he finally left. And then I waited like another hour before I came down because I'm like, I don't know if he's just hiding somewhere. Oh shit. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't fucking doubt it, man. I wouldn't doubt it if you needed a permit to climb a tree in public. Fucking sad ass world we live in. But, you know, thank God Trump's in office, and you know, there's only 2 genders now. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know, man. There's like I don't give a fuck what you do in your own home on your own time. I really don't care. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. But once you start pushing it on kids, bringing it into schools, bringing it into hospitals, that's where I have a problem. That's where I have a problem. Now, keep in mind, most of the cases that I've seen with teachers who have been fired or reprimanded or whatever for teaching kids things that they shouldn't be about their bodies and things like that have all been lesbians who don't fucking have kids. So you don't even have kids of your own, and you're trying to tell other people's kids that they're in the wrong fucking body. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? You don't have kids, and you're never gonna have kids. Ugh. No wonder why YouTube hates me. I get it. I get it. No wonder why they took away my monetization. I get it. I get it. It's all good. We're gonna keep talking our shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Yep. 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 And that deranged mother usually blames it on something else. No, I'm not fucked up. It's because my baby daddy left me. Bitch, no, he left you because you're fucked up. He left. My bad. I'm a chill. Oh, fuck. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. But that, I mean, in most cases, let's be real. Like I actually just saw something today where this woman, she hit up her baby father, who they were not together anymore, and she said, "I need groceries and something else." So what does he do? Okay. So he said, "I need toilet paper and She said, "I need toilet paper and groceries." So what does he do? She asked, like, "I need money for toilet paper and groceries." So what does this guy do? Some gangsta ass shit. He fucking hit the app, ordered a bunch of fucking groceries for her, toilet paper, all this shit. And from what I saw, from the amount of bags that it was, looked like about $300 worth of groceries. She was mad, yo. She was like, "No, you were supposed to send me the money because you don't know what my kids like to eat." What? Listen. Then maybe you should have just asked for money and left out what you needed it for. Because I don't believe it was for groceries anyway. I don't believe you. It was obviously for something else, and you were mad when he fucking had groceries delivered to your house. And it was probably all the shit your kids like. Yeah. Oh, you saw that? Yeah, he hooked it up, right? Yo, she was 100% gonna use it for herself. He hooked it up. That was like $300 worth of groceries. Maybe more, depending on what state he was in. And then he used the app, so he had to pay the fee. Like, come on, man. This is a man taking care of his kids. She said she needed stuff for the kids. He had shit sent. And it wasn't like he just had a couple bags sent, like, "Oh, here's dinner for tonight." No, he sent like weeks worth of groceries and toilet paper. I'm glad you saw that too. Yeah, man. I swear, man. Nasty work. I swear, these bitches be running wild. Like, just like facts though. If you just say, like, "I need money," then he can be like, "No," or yes, or whatever his answer is gonna be. But to use, again, the scale of using your children for gain, right? For whatever kind of gain. And in this situation, it is monetary gain. You wanted money probably to get your fucking hair and nails done so you could go fuck some other dude who's not your baby daddy and you're getting that money from your baby, that fuck you. Fuck you. That's probably why he left you to begin with. For being a ratchet ass hoe. And now you like, come on, man. I'm done. I'm not holding back anymore. Especially when it comes. Oh man, yep, gotta have the call back. Yo, I don't know, man. I don't know with how adults are these days, and the ones who have authority, and how kids are, and all the access they have to this certain information, and the stuff that gets pushed right in front of your face. Because I'll tell you something, every time I go on Hulu or one of these fucking streaming services, one of the first things on the top of my shit is an LGBTQ category movie. Now, when you set up these streaming services, it asks you, oh, what type of shit do you like to watch? And there is an LGBTQ one. I don't click that. So why at the top of my shit, the first thing I see when I go on this motherfucker is LGBTQ plus movie. You'll love this. No, I won't. Get it off. Like what? So it's an agenda that's being pushed, and these kids have access to everything. So they're seeing it, and then they're hearing it in the classroom from their teachers, from authority figures. This is fucking wrong, man. This is brainwash at its finest. These kids have no fucking chance. No chance. Especially the ones under 10 years old. Especially the kids under 10, even like 8 and under. Like, those kids have no fucking chance unless they have really good parents who understand and are not blinded by this bullshit. People are fucked. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, this is just this is just one man's opinion. This is just one man's opinion. But again, what the fuck do I know? What the fuck do I know? I'm just a guy. I'm just a according to the LGBTQ, I'm just a cis male. Like, what kind of thing is that to say about a straight man? Like just a regular straight guy, a cis male. Cis means sissy, pussy. Like, if someone called me a cis male to my face, I'm punching your face. And if you're a female, I'm gonna have a female punch your face. I'm gonna punch your face because you're still a man to me. Especially since you can't play female sports, you're still a man to me. Bro, I'm so tired of this shit. Stop using kids, man. Stop using kids. And look, do I give a fuck if somebody uses their kids in a way that like say, so, oh, you want to come to this fucking dinner party? Like, no, I don't want to go to your fucking dinner party. But you don't want to say, no, I don't want to go to your fucking dinner party. So you say, yeah, I would love to come to your dinner party. but my kid's sick. I got, like, I don't mind that. That's your kid doesn't know that you're saying that. It's not harming them in any way. That's something minor. But once you get past that point, it, like, literally, to me, that's the only okay thing to use your kid for. To me, that's a bonus of having kids. If you have kids and you don't want to do something, they're fucking sick. And if they're like, oh, how about next week? And then next week comes, oh, you want to do something? Oh, my kid's sick. Still? Yeah. Like, who fuck them? Who cares? Different sickness. Oh, no, last week they were throwing up. This week they have fucking explosive diarrhea. Oh, man. Oh my god. Yeah, oh man, they dehumanize. It's so weird, bro. It's so weird. Cis male is ridiculous, man. Birthing people. Birthing people. That's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, just dehumanizing. Like they're the only ones that fucking matter. Bro. If we left the earth, if all the fucking birthing people and cis males were wiped out right now, the human race is not going to last. We're going to die off because you motherfuckers can't have children. So what's your beef with us? What'd I ever do to you? It's insane, bro. Like, and my thing is, how did this group get, not revolutionaries, because I'm definitely not fucking calling them that. How did this group get so big so fast? How? Because it's an agenda put in place that had been being worked on behind the scenes. Like, just like crisis actors, there's fucking, I'm telling you, half these motherfuckers that represent this agenda that's being pushed are not even fucking part of the LGBT. They're straight people with families and shit. I'm telling you, like, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm telling you, I guarantee I would fucking bet money on it. I'd bet a lot of fucking money on it. This shit happened way too quick. Like, and straight men are being looked at as like the worst thing in the world. What? If it wasn't for straight men, there wouldn't be people. Because back in the day, if people came to rape and pillage your village, the men were the one out there fucking fighting and killing and, saving you people from, I don't know, man. I don't know. Shit pisses me off. Bro. I think this is like, I don't know, this is the type of shit that's gonna get me going. Like, that's why I didn't spend too much time on the Trump thing, because this was the more important thing for me to talk about. A father not getting his daughter back because he didn't like what happened. Again, not even necessarily the transition, just without his permission. Child gets taken away. Another father. Like, family violence because he called his daughter she. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't rock with it. I'm not going to rock with it. And I'm going to continue anytime I hear any shit like this. And those 8 states, thanks to salute, those 8 states better fucking change shit. Let's see. Let's read out those 8 states again. They said a few. This is fucking 8. Yeah. Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, Alaska, and Arkansas, and Nevada. The Gillick Competence concept, which allows minors to consent to medical treatment if they understand the implications, is recognized in several U.S. states. So specifically, Arkansas and Nevada have codified the doctrine into statute. Wow. Arkansas and Nevada. Wow. Additionally, several other states have adopted the doctrine through state court rulings, including Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Illinois, Maine, and Massachusetts. Some states like Alaska and California also utilize the mature and minor doctrine in some contexts. It's wrong in any fucking context, except for the one where, like it said, if the minor lives on their own and pays their own bills and has to go to the doctor on their own, that's different. That's different. They clearly don't have an adult competent enough to make those decisions for them. That's a completely different thing. I still think that the doctor should be trying to talk them out of it and not just letting them go through with whatever the fuck dumb decision they make at fucking 15 years old. But we know that's not going to happen because they're all about the money. They're all about the money. Oh, thanks to this. This was about, at first it was about Trump, the Trump interview, but that was pretty brief. And then we got into this Gillick Competence. It's a lot, but I recommend you looking it up since you have 6 kids. I highly recommend you looking it up. I don't think it definitely doesn't affect you. I wouldn't imagine, but it's mostly in Canada and then in the 8 dumbass states that I named. Major cities in Nevada are crashing out on Elon and Trump. Burn the Tesla factory. Marches protesting the president. Bro, it is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. It's funny because I thought that, and then I thought you had 4. That I heard HB say it. I was like, yeah, but 4 kids, yeah. But I think you're good anyway. I don't think your state's in any danger. But Nevada's on a different type of time, man. I don't know what's up with Nevada. I'm not trying to go to Nevada. But Massachusetts, that pisses me off. Oh, so peep this, right? So Trump sent ICE to Boston, right? Because Massachusetts has a lot of, I think Massachusetts has the largest amount of registered sex offenders in the country. That's what they said in this video that I watched, and the most also illegal sexual predators. Okay, and Massachusetts harbors these people. They have safe places for these people. I'm disgusted by the state of Massachusetts for this. So ICE, I watched this video and they sent like this special ICE agent out there, and he said, "I'm going to Boston and I'm taking hell with me." And Boston was not happy about this shit. And they went out there and they arrested a bunch of pedophiles. HB wants to be winning. California, the only thing that California allows is if the kid's like emancipated from their parents, lives on their own because their parents are like, drug addicts or whatever the fuck. The kid lives on their own, pays their own bills. That's the only time it's okay for a minor to make medical decisions on their own, which is understandable, but yeah, no, they won't allow it any past that, I don't think. And they voted to be a trans safe space. Yeah, right, bro. Massachusetts is disgusting to me right now. Like that's why I don't live there anymore. I mean, that's the main reason. Because there were a few times where I was like, I want to move back to the city, and thank fuck I didn't, man. Because I have no respect for the state of Massachusetts right now in the direction that it's headed. And to be honest, I'm not really a fan of fucking New Hampshire. Like, bro, weed's not legal. You can't. It's so hard to even get a medical card in New Hampshire. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous because they keep and it's been passed a bunch of times, but they just won't let it go through. Like it's I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, but I do what I do anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Massachusetts is disgusting right now. They're a fucking safe haven for everything anti-fucking American. Everything anti-American. Right. Right. Oh man, it's fucking crazy. Again, just more examples of using children, right? Everything is nasty word. Facts. This is a this oh man. But yeah, if you go back, I break down the whole thing and I go through a couple stories that where this happened to certain parents and how they reacted, and it's just it's disgusting and it's disturbing on how these schools and hospitals can just brainwash your kids and then take them to fucking have this crazy operation done and not tell the parent. Like, in what fucking world? Like, I could just imagine that happening when I was a kid. My dad would have fucking I don't even know what he would have done. I couldn't even tell you what he would have done. But he would have lost his fucking mind. Right. I don't think so. But there's a lot. Man, Massachusetts is such a fucked up state. There's a lot of like great things about Massachusetts, a lot of great history. But there's a lot of bad history too, and then right now it's a complete shit show. So the only thing good about Massachusetts right now is the Celtics, and it's looking like the Patriots are going to be a bit of a problem too. So, but other than that, other than sports teams, the state of Massachusetts is fucked, and it really always has been. But there's so much great about it, and there's so much bad. It's such a crazy, crazy state, especially the city of Boston. Like, I don't know. There's so much amazing history that you could break down about Boston. But if you did it without breaking down the bad, then it's because the racism in Boston back in the day was wild. Was wild. They had to so like kids um from Dorchester, like the black kids from Dorchester and stuff like that, they had to be bused to like a different school, and police had to like escort them, and there would be police all along the route because there would be a bunch of fucking racist white people throwing shit at the bus, yelling shit, holding signs. Like, it was a bad time. So, and if you watch, like, I don't know, none of you probably will, but there's this show called Celtic City on HBO Max, and they actually talk about that a lot. And Bill Russell was a big activist in it, and it really upset him. So what the Celtics did, Red Auerbach did, was decided to change the jerseys from saying Boston to saying Celtics, and being like, fuck the city of Boston. All right, we don't play for the city of Boston. We play for the Celtics. We win for the Celtics, and I feel like that was a good approach to take. And also, the Celtics during that time, and this pissed off the Celtics fans. During that time, the Celtics became the first NBA team with an all-black starting lineup, and it was for that reason. And fans were fucking pissed. Fans were not happy. Four girls, that's crazy. Ah, man. I don't think I can handle one girl, never mind four. Hey, listen, B702. Listen. All right. Let's get into that for a second. Because if I was not if I was a fan of a different team, I could totally see being upset with that. I'm However, I do think it was valid. I think it was justified. You know, but Brady changed a lot of stuff for the better. Like rules were changed because of Brady for the better. Like, and let's be real. If you watch like Tom Brady highlights of him getting fucking hit, dude, nobody ever talked to me about Patrick Mahomes being anywhere near as good as Brady because he did not play in the same time as Brady. But that tuck rule, I don't know, man. I agree with it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen him admit that it was a fumble, and I've said it too. Um, you know, and that's why they took the rule away ultimately. You know, they did ultimately take the rule away. If I don't care where your arm is as far as throw or what, but like obviously if your arm's moving forward, it's and your arm gets hit, it's an incomplete pass. But if your arm is anywhere close to your body and your hand is like the football's facing down and you're not in a position to throw it and it gets knocked from your hands, it's absolutely a fumble. I would have been I would have been heated if I was a fan of a different team. But as a Patriots fan, I'm like, yeah. You know, it is what it is. But we still can't take anything away from Brady, man. Still can't take anything away from him. That dude, but nobody could. Yeah, absolutely. 702. You know me. I'm gonna keep it real. It was a fun. I'm the type of guy when I watch football, I watch basketball, right? What if a foul happens on the other team, like on us to the other team, and they don't call, like I get mad because I want the refs to call the game fair. You know, sometimes it's like the end of the game, and I'm happy they didn't make a call, but it goes both ways too, though. Like there's calls misses on both ends, but I don't like it in any fashion. So like if one of the Patriots defenders hits somebody illegally and it doesn't get called, I don't like that either. I don't care what fucking team it is. You should be calling this shit down the line. Plus I don't want people making excuses when we win. Yo, like last year, the Celtics, people were like, oh, you only won because you had an easy road to the finals. Is that our fault? People were saying there should be an asterisk next to that championship. Like, bro, is it our fault that the other teams weren't as good as us and we fucking cooked them? No, it's not our fault. Is it our fault that we only lost 3 playoff games last year? No, it's not our fault. The teams we played were terrible compared to us. That's all. Oh, shit. It is what it is. But on that note, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. I don't know who the Celtics are playing next. It's either going to be the Knicks or or Detroit. Now, I would love to play Detroit because Karl Anthony Towns worries me. Like, I don't feel like we have anyone that can really cover him. Like, I feel like Porzingis is going to be able to keep him from shooting as many threes as he has been. Because Porzingis got the height, but Cat got the size, man. I don't know. Like he might bully Porzingis a little bit. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard. Porzingis is a beast, but that worries me a little bit. So I think I'd rather play Detroit. I do want to play the Knicks just so I can be like, fuck the Knicks fans. Sorry, Adept, but the Knicks suck. They always have. But yeah, I just beating the Knicks, beating the Sixers. That's the type of shit I want to see in the playoffs. Beating the fucking. Yo, you know what pisses me off the most about the Knicks? It's not even the team itself, because if the Celtics, which isn't going to happen, but if they were to get eliminated from the play, I would root for the Knicks to win, just because of how terrible they have been. But until Spike Lee gets removed from courtside, I cannot root for the Knicks. That guy pisses me off so much. I swear to God. I can't stand Spike Lee. Can't fucking stand him. But yeah, I do want, and Detroit is by no means an easy team. That's not going to be an easy series if we get them either. But I just feel like we match up much better against them. You could put Tatum or Brown on Cunningham, you know. But there's a couple mismatches with New York on both sides. But yeah, I don't know. I'd rather beat the teams that like are rivals, you know, like the Sixers and the Knicks. And Cleveland became rivals when LeBron went there. But speaking of which, I think Cleveland is probably going to be our toughest opponent, including whoever we play in the finals. I think Cleveland is going to be our biggest test and our toughest series, but we're going to win it, even without home court, because we're the best road team. And then we're going to go on to whoop whoever's in the finals. I hope it's OKC. All right. I think we've covered a lot. I'm going to get up out of here. Yeah. We'll be back. What day is it? Thursday? We'll be back Monday with Unscripted Logic. Make sure you get your pay-per-view for Retribution going down Saturday. Go to Eventbrite. But yeah, if you go to Yo-Yo's community post, he has the link posted there. Reek Ruger has it posted. So get your tickets. And again, I might do a giveaway tomorrow. We'll see. But we're gonna leave here on some Pablo Picasso, of course.
So throw me down a line or boo me off the stage. I'm sure you wouldn't mind if you knew the stage. Just wanna hit rewind, get me out this place. If you're not on my side, I get up out my way. Honestly thought that this would never be. Holding on this moment, I'm hoping that it will set me free. Doing half circles like the letter C. So honestly, what the fuck did you expect from me? I drive the dark out while the light emerges. Taught lessons from the drugs, call it higher learning. Pen stayed to the pad just like I'm writing cursive. Back up in the cut like a spinal surgeon. Constantly down and feeling like I'm worthless. When them thoughts come around, that's what I try and turn it. Surrounded by these clowns like a flying circus. Beating myself down like I'm tired of dirt. But the tide is finally turning. If you swallow Tide Pods, bitch, you deserve to die a virgin. I'm the type of person that when my mind determined, I could rhyme in German if I wanna take the time to learn it. The fire burning inside me just like an iron furnace. Iron Mike Tyson on this mic, this is my research. Looking up to the sky, doing vital searching. It's time to find what your underlining worth is. You could buy designer shirts and all the flyest purses, but all the money in the world couldn't buy you purpose. Ask yourself if the price is worth it. Would you sacrifice a more happy life just for higher earning? I'm drunk driving on the highway swerving, flipping the bird to this guy on the right, or will he try to merge in? These blue lights from behind I kinda find concerning. If I get pulled over I might get a DUI for certain. The higher I climb, the more I fall flat on my face. So I don't know if I can keep up at this pace. It's all by design, you just can't escape. After all this time, I think it's my fate. Rewrite every line until it jumps right off the page. Slash me on my spine, spitting in my face.
Rewrite every line until it jumps right off the page. That's so fire. And he does that too. All right, we out this bitch. Peace. Salute to y'all, man. Get your tickets to Retribution Saturday. Going down. Disaster versus Uncasa. Pablo versus Real Nkosi. Active versus Loso BXNY. And Reek Ruger versus Trey Doe. Let's fucking go. We out this bitch. Peace.